Well, thank you so much for the introduction and for the space you have created to talk about a so vital topic such as our oceans. The oceans, spanning approximately 7% of our planet's surface, stands as our most indispensable ecosystem. They play an unparalleled role in maintaining global equilibrium, acting as vital regulators of temperature and climate stability. And beyond their vastness, they provide sanctuary for an astonishing array of life forms, numbering in the hundreds of thousands. Moreover, their huge impact on our atmospheric composition is also remarkable. Oceans serve as a colossal carbon sinks, absorbing substantial quantities of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, though mitigating the effect of climate change. And also, these same oceans contribute to roughly 50% of the oxygen we are now currently breathing. Our planet Earth, is undeniably a blue planet, characterized by the coexistence of two distinct yet interdependent realms, land and oceans. These contrasting worlds not only coexist, but also intrinsically interact, mutually nourishing and sustaining each other and sustaining us. And among the great wonders of our planet and its oceans lies the Caribbean Sea, a region of extremely beauty and specifically biodiversity. Spanning approximately 3 million square kilometers, the Caribbean Sea is not only one of the world's most biodiverse regions, but also a symbol of immense natural wealth. Incredibly, it comprises more than 7,000 islands, islets, and cays, and this region serves as a sanctuary for countless species, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. Home to over 9,000 species of plants and animals, including the iconic coral reefs, vibrant fish species, and unique marine mammals, the Caribbean stands as a testament to the astonishing biodiversity that can be found in our oceans. But beyond its ecological and environmental significance, the Caribbean holds substantial social and economic value for all the communities living in this region and inhabiting its shores. Tourism, fisheries, and maritime trade are just a few of the industries that rely on these sea resources, supporting millions of livelihoods across this region. And when we hear the word Caribbean, we probably picture images of pristine beaches with crystal clear waters and paradisiacal coastlines. Personally, I'm privileged to witness this incredibly scenery in the Caribbean in Santo Domingo. However, sadly, this characteristic image of the Caribbean coast has recently started to fade. Both images on this slide were captured at the Malecon in Santo Domingo. And these pictures show the same fate and contrast. Both has been taken in the same place, in the exactly same place, but they are extremely different. Nowadays, the entire Caribbean is covered under the invasions of Sargassum seaweed. This seaweed has altered the one vibrant waters and coast of the Caribbean. And its extensive growth covers everything on its path. In many cases, as we have been able to see and we can see, this seaweed creates such extensive coverage that the waters becomes unrecognizable. But what's Sargassum? What's this? Sargassum, a brown macroalgae, was known mainly for growing in the so-called Sargasso Sea, located in the North Atlantic. This is a unique sea because it lacks of shores, but it's encircled by 4 powerful ocean currents, fostering a distinctive ecosystem in the heart and in the middle of the ocean. Within this ecosystem, 2 main species of Sargassum flourish, Sargassum fluitans and Sargassum natans, the ones that we can see in the picture, with the lighter one displaying 2 distinct morphotypes. What sets the Sargassum species apart from other Sargassum is their holopelagic nature, they float on the ocean surface, still being anchored to the seabed like other seaweed. But however, despite its centuries-long existence, Sargassum has recently emerged as a serious problem. This escalation can be primarily attributed to the effects of climate change. We have created the perfect conditions for Sargassum proliferation in the Atlantic. Factors such as increased sea surface temperatures, increased atmospheric CO2 levels, nutrient runoff for land, alteration in ocean currents, and also natural phenomena have contributed to this massive proliferation. And of particular concern is the emergence of a new Sargassum formation zone, now recognized, called as the Atlantic Sargassum Belt. Stretching approximately 8,000 kilometers, this belt produced an estimated of 10 to 20 million metric tons of Sargassum, making it the primary source of the seaweed that reaches the Caribbean shores nowadays. So basically, what Sargassum has long been a natural component of the ocean ecosystem. The convergence of all these environmental factors driven by climate change has transformed it into a significant challenge for coastal regions, and particularly the main affected one, the Caribbean. This image from a website called Sargassum Monitoring illustrates the regions that are reporting massive Sargassum accumulations. It's evident that the entire Caribbean is heavily affected. However, the impact is not limited to this region alone. As we can observe, both North and South America are beginning to experience the effects of these invasions, and regions such as Africa and Europe are starting also to have the problem. The Sargassum crisis exacerbated each year, with escalating quantities of seaweed and the associated problems multiplying constantly. Sargassum has evolved into a colossal social, economic, and environmental crisis, a triple crisis. Going deeper into this triple crisis, economically, Sargassum translates to significant losses for the tourism sector, the main tourist sector in the Caribbean, ranging from 7 to 35%, with 55% of the region hotels reporting this Sargassum impact. But beyond the economic losses in tourism, Sargassum also involves monetary losses due to the harvesting and environmental sanitation that must be provided to erase the seaweed from the ocean. And moreover, if the harvest of the seaweed is poorly conducted, leads to coastal erosion, requiring additional repairs. So Sargassum invasions create also a significant social problem, posing specifically health risk and affecting coastal communities, the most vulnerable ones. Sargassum is not toxic, but when it's decomposed and rot, release harmful gases, including CO2, methane, and hydrogen sulfide, gases linked to health issues. Moreover, Sargassum from some areas, such as the coast of Mexico and Florida, have been reported to contain Vibrio vulnificus, a flesh-eating bacteria. And furthermore, the massive Sargassum presence poses a problem for communities directly dependent on the coast and of these resources to survive. And of course, Sargassum is also critical for the environment. As the aforementioned gases I mentioned, when they are released, they severely affect marine fauna and flora, causing damage to the ecosystem, creating anoxic zones, and weakening key ecosystems such as coral reefs. But, and to address and transform this triple crisis, SOS Carbon emerged, with the mission of mitigate and navigate through the intertwined challenge the Caribbean is facing. SOS Carbon initiates its mission with the development of an own technology known as the Littoral Collection Model, LCM, the one shown in this slide. This innovative hardware transforms artisanal vessels that are found around the Caribbean into effective Sargassum collectors at sea. Important that it's at sea. LCM system therefore offer cost-effective, safe, and environmental sustainable Sargassum collection. with a system that also enables valorization and transformation of the seaweed to transform it from a waste into a raw material. Moreover, a significant advantage lies in its collection, and it's the high collection capacity. A single system, one boat, can collect up to 6 tons per day. And additionally, for me, one of the most significant value addition to this value chain is the training and job creation for coastal communities, particularly focusing on fishermen, the ones, again, most affected by these Sargassum invasions. Today, we have successfully trained 80 fishermen in the utilization of the LCM system, fostering employment opportunities and specifically formal employment opportunities in these vulnerable coastal regions. And while the Caribbean faces a severe crisis due to these massively seaweed invasions, it simultaneously presents a significant opportunity, the possibility of creating a value chain that benefits both the environment and the region, society, and economic. So as carbon, we start these value chains with the Sargassum collection. Our headquarters are in the Dominican Republic. We are a Dominican Republic company, but we are also, our systems are also deployed and being used in Antigua and Barbuda, Mexico, and Puerto Rico. The next part of this value chain is the management, and specifically, above all, sustainable management. We don't want to create a problem solving other one. Currently, we are the only company with an environmental permit for this Sargassum collection and management that was granted by the Ministry of the Environment. The next central and key axis of this value chain involves research, development, and innovation. And Sargassum, like any macroalgae, holds great commercial value, as many products and many compounds can be extracted and created from it. Currently, our first developed product is an agricultural biostimulant called Ocean Sustain, aimed at reducing the use of synthetic fertilizers for 2 main reasons. First, the fertilizers prices. The current geopolitical situation has caused an excessive increase in fertilizers prices. And this crisis is particularly exacerbated in regions such as the Caribbean. And second, synthetic fertilizers pose a significant environmental problem. Annually, 40 million tons of fertilizers are dumped into the oceans, severely affecting nitrogen and phosphorus biochemical cycles. Many regions, such as the European Union, have started to forbid the use of synthetic fertilizers due to the link with climate change. And we also have been that this has created a huge crisis for farmers. But in addition to all this problem solving, biostimulants from seaweed have great value for crops also, because they have been proved to increase resilience, protect them from unfavorable factors that now with the climate change, this is increasing, enhance productivity, and therefore they present a significant added value. But our research is still going strong, and we are currently initiating studies for the use of the Sargassum in other industries, such as the feedstock, or for the cosmetic industries that also can benefit significantly for these Sargassum extracts. And continue in this value chain that can obtain for Sargassum, we also engage in Sargassum export. Nowadays, we have sent Sargassum to 9 countries, where we collaborate with various companies for their own valorization and transformation processes, creating increased benefit for all involved. And finally, with the last value in this change is the potential to generate carbon credits, specifically what is now called blue carbon credits. It's documented that for every 1 to 6 tons of Sargassum that decomposes and putrefies, approximately 1 ton of CO2 is released into the atmosphere. However, if we manage to collect and transform this Sargassum, these emissions can be avoided, and therefore effectively turning Sargassum into a carbon sink. So for every 2 to 6 tons of Sargassum collected and transformed, a carbon credit could be generated. We recognize that addressing this challenge required collaborative efforts, and though SOS Carbon effectively partners with various national and international organizations across the public and private sectors, NGOs, and academia. For instance, to give some examples, we collaborate with Origin by Ocean, a Finnish company that's specializing in sargassum utilization for cosmetics production. And also this company has recently forged agreements with Marimeco, a textile company that is exploring the use of sargassum extracts and compounds for the potential use in the textile industry. Additionally, we work with other companies such as Kelpie, an Australian company focused on transforming sargassum into bioplastics, and academia such as the Catholic University of Valencia in Spain, with whom we have established a PhD program with an industrial mention that aims fostering closer ties between the academic and private sectors. And other partnerships extend also to local entities, such here in the Dominican Republic, the Dominican Republic Custom Labs, which has provided invaluable support in our research and in our developed activities to transform this sargassum. Our oceans are not only, well, I think the presentation. Well, just the last slide. I think you can see it now. Basically, our oceans, I was mentioned, they represent the key for life succeed in the earth. They provide food and livelihoods for millions of people and host, as I mentioned, an incredible quantity of biodiversity. Preserving our oceans and their delicate ecosystem is not just an option, it's an imperative for the health of our planet and for the health of future generations. The privilege of possessing such abundant natural marine wealth comes with a crucial responsibility: the duty to nurture and safeguard it. And above all, there is a pressing need to comprehend the immense value our waters hold. In the face of adversity that we are currently living, innovation must thrive. And our journey with SOS Carbon aims to exemplify this truth and this possibility of growing from the relentless invasion of Sargassum, a climate crisis, to the creation of a robust value chain that can prove that this challenge, this climate challenge we are facing, can turn into opportunity. But our history doesn't end here. The battle against Sargassum and the battle against other derived climate crises, specifically affecting our waters and our oceans, continue increasing, demanding that we must have to increase our dedication and our collaboration to try to solve these emerging problems. I invite you to connect with us through the provided contact information that is on this slide for any inquiries or questions. And also, if you want to delve deeper into the activities we are engaged in and the projects we are carrying out. And also, you can stay updated on our projects and the initiatives through our social media channels. And of course, feel free to reach out directly to me if you want any further clarification, information, or you are interested in our work or collaborating more directly with us. The last message I want to remark is that I think it's extremely important to join hands as we embark on a journey to build resilience, spark innovation, and leave a lasting blue legacy of positive change and of positive impact for the generations that follow.